every time. Do you zone him?
In his face! In his face! Yes! In the face!
Or a good shooter. Mathurin made the adjustment.
Not bad, not bad.
Once he had a mismatch. Mathurin couldn't find him. That runner will go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, baby.
Down by Coloco. Mathurin counted.
I gotta give my wife credit, at least. She makes a good gun. Bam!
Oh! I'll see you in San Antonio.
Yo, it's your boy Dctree, and this is Dctree-Nation, the channel on YouTube that covers hoops and heroes. And today we're talking hoops. We're talking about San Antonio Spurs, y'all. So I checked out the Sports Illustrated mock draft, the latest, draft of the mock draft, if I can say it that way. And they have the Spurs at number 9 taking Benedict Mathurin, okay? Taking another guard, a shooting guard. Now, if you're a fan of the channel, I'm not big on getting guards because I know we need size, but the more and more I think about it, and the more I look at these mock drafts, and the more I read about talent in the draft, I know the Spurs are going to get a guard. They're going to get a guard, maybe a small forward, and then try to address our needs with the 20th and the 25th pick, which is doable. If you see my other videos, like videos about Diabate, I have that linked above. He's going to be a guy that's going to be available at the 20 spot, maybe in the 25th spot. So, we can address our needs elsewhere. So I'm pretty much convinced we're probably going to take a wing player because we need talent. We're looking for talent. If you checked out my Shaden Sharp video, I'm kind of coming to the realization that we need to pick the best player, take the best player available. But before I jump too deep into it, if you like my content, please sub to the channel, hit that like button, and don't forget to hit that bell for more videos. Thank you so much for the continued support. Okay, I went and did a little research on Mathurin, and I gotta tell you, he is an impressive guard. This is a good draft, man. This is a really good draft, and I hope the Spurs get it right. And they definitely have to try to go for talent in this draft, and this is one of these guys that is really talented. I loved the fact that he was a great shooter. He had a pretty good shot, shot 38% from 3, 38% from 3. He gets really high on his jumpers. His jumpers look fluid. He can pull up from way behind the 3-point line. He has a really good floater. I'm a sucker for a floater. Shout out to Tony Parker, baby. And he comes off screens. He is like a natural scorer, and I think we kind of need that on our team. Someone who can score the basketball, who takes pride on the offensive end of scoring the basketball. That's an explosive scorer. And he is that guy. He is the guy. He averaged about 18 points, 5 or 6 rebounds, 3 assists at Arizona. So he is one of those guys that, can get us a bucket. And we are desperately in need of those type of guys on our squad right now. Murray, he isn't necessarily a closer. So having a guy like this just to open up the lane and be able to be a threat from outside would be huge for the San Antonio Spurs. So I can honestly see him being picked by the Spurs because he is very talented on the offensive end. He kind of reminds me of Wesley Matthews personally. I think he, running off screens, hitting threes, kind of like he has a bit of a JJ Redick feel, if you ask me. The draft websites, they compare him more so to, Jason Richardson from back in the day. So that's good. That's A1 right there. We can use those bona fide scorers, those offensive guys, that can, mature. He may not do that next year, but mature into being a 20-point scorer in this. Mathurin also has really good athleticism, and I've talked about this so much that the league is getting so athletic is that we have to get athletes, and we have to get skillful athletes. We have, Lonnie Walker, for instance, a player that's extremely athletic, but it has holes in his game when it comes to scoring, when it comes to consistency in scoring. He gets hot, he's unbelievable, but if he's not hot, he's off. And I think a player like Mathurin, he has a natural knack to score the basketball. So droughts are going to be less likely once he gets his footing in the NBA. He's only 19 years old. It may be a bit of a learning curve, but again, my issue with the San Antonio Spurs and my issue with us taking guards is, one, that we have a lot of guards, and then two, we have shown in the past that we're hesitant to play our guards. They spend half the season in Austin before you even give them a shot, to play. And I don't think you can do that with Mathurin. He has to be on the team. He has to play and make some mistakes. I don't want them to get a guard just to sit them in Austin for most of the year. We seen what that did to Primo. Now, Primo did play a lot the second half of the season, but the Austin experiment stuff is over with, especially in a draft like this. The talent level in this draft, a lot of these guys are starters. You get what I'm saying? These lottery picks are starters. That's how they are. That's how talented this draft class is. And if you're not, going to be a starter, you're definitely going to be a solid piece on this team, like from the jump, most of these guys. And I think Mathurin has that ability. He's been said to have a really high ceiling or whatnot. So I hope the Spurs do play him. Now, one weakness of his game that I've read about is the fact that he doesn't really feel comfortable, scoring off the dribble. He scores off screens. He scores off of cutting. He scores, from the 3-point line. He does have that floater when he gets into the lane. But as far as coming off the dribble and being this speedy dribbler and this, instant blow-by player, he's not necessarily that. Now, I'm not concerned about that too much, because as long as the Spurs keep DeJounte Murray, Murray will find him. Murray almost had 10 assists last season with the crew we had last year, and that crew went through offensive droughts like nobody's business. You get a guy like this, Murray's going to get 3, 4, 5 assists off him nightly. He's going to find him, and this guy can hit those buckets. One thing I would be concerned about, and I'm often concerned about in general, is Popovich's MO, his attitude towards rookies. This idea that, he sent them to Austin almost automatically, and the fact that Mathurin struggles on the defensive end. He does struggle, and he struggles with effort. Like they say in the scouting report, he clearly puts more emphasis and energy on the offensive end of the ball. So if Popovich sees that, I don't know if this guy's going to play. And I don't want to waste a ninth pick on a guy that is more like a microwave type of guy who loves to score, and we underutilize him, although we need a scorer. So, that's always like the footnote. Can he make it on the floor? Can he be defensively adequate enough to make it on the floor with Greg Popovich? So to me, that's a concern. At the end of the day, if we are going into this with trying to find the best talent available at number 9, you have to consider Mathurin, especially if Sharp is off the board, especially if Murray's off the board. They do have some other players we could get. Terry Eason, some people are big on him. But players like, Mark Williams and other big men, they might be available by the time we hit 2025. So if you're going for that 9th pick in a draft this effective with this much talent, you just have to go with the best player available. And then, if we do get a guy like this and we plan on, playing him, then you will probably have to let Lonnie Walker walk. But that's a video for another day. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Check out the other videos on the channel. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Subscribe. Peace.